Seconds remaining.
Welcome back, everyone, here to the last game of the night for CEVO Season 6. We're now moving on into a Week 4-1 matchup. And, of course, it's going to be myself, Helium, Nahaz, joining me again. We've got Dota on the stats and the teams that we're going to be seeing. Forsaken Esports looking for their first win here in Season 6. They're definitely a capable team. They're a team that have come a long way from back when they were Rare Candy. But will they be able to find that win up against Together We Did It? And Nahaz, of course, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm interested to see this Together We Did It team. They're a team that formed recently for Battle of America. They started off, actually, in that tournament with a win against Pain Gaming, which was pretty surprising. But then dropped their next 8. So haven't had a lot of early success here, but some talented players. I know I recognize Taku's name from playing back with Root in the Canada Cup, and I think I've seen some of these other players around as well.
Looks like Soji has been spending some time in League of Legends as he is the best Morgana. You know, shout out. I gotta say that champion was actually pretty badass. But let's look at heroes.
What's a champion?
Yeah, what's a champion? I'm a champion, dude. Should know that. Let's look at some heroes. Was he Broodmother? And both BMs taken out. Will we get another? I doubt Beastmaster gets banned, but maybe the triple BM ban. Lycan and Doom also taken out. It's going to be going green. Tidehunter and Rubik, the first 2 picks.
Yeah, interesting to see the first pick Rubik, obviously as a counter to Tidehunter, but boy, Rubik has been seeing a lot of play lately, and it just feels like Rubik has had, such an impact. Dread, Always Want to Fly, really playing some great Rubik over the weekend, and of course, Rubik, most picked hero all time in Pro Dota, and never really went away on the Chinese scene, so he's seen a lot of play in this patch.
Yeah, with some slight buffs, Fadebolt mana cost getting reduced at the earlier levels and now scales from 120 to 150, which was its old value at the start. And Scepter Steel cooldown reduced from 5 to 2. So if you do manage to find an Agnum Scepter on Rubik, you are literally the Grand Magus.
Wow. Boy, but this Lion Tidehunter combination, I really like this. It's just, at some point, right? I mean, magic damage is so much better now than it was a couple of patches ago, just at all phases of the game, obviously with the BKB change, but there are a number of other factors in the metagame too. And already, I mean, you're talking about Ravage and Finger. If these 2 heroes get a Blink Dagger, I mean, it's practically 1 hero dead immediately and the entire team stunned.
Yeah, well, we saw them. We saw our last line pick up a Blink Dagger around the 15-minute mark. I believe it was Loki. He did get off to a pretty good start, but we'll see what this one can do. So Rubik Juggernaut, Telekinesis, and Spin to win. I mean, it's a pretty potent combination. I mean, not a lot of damage from Rubik. I guess Fadebolt will do a bit when Rubik is maybe, we'll say, level 4 with the 2 points in Fadebolt. And Sand King now, so another, that's a long stun. 2.17 seconds from that Burrow Strike. Pretty pubby, but Juggernaut has gotten so good that it really works.
Oh no, not at all. I mean, there is nothing wrong with these lineups. It's so far it's just going to boil down to initiation, and whatever side gets the jump on the other is just going to be well equipped to wipe the other team out. And Juggernaut, of course, a very nice carry so far in this situation. Really, if all you're going to do is magic damage, Juggernaut's fine, right?
Yeah, of course, can dodge that for free pretty much. Healing Ward as well.
So you've got to have a follow-up plan here as Forsaken Esports. I mean, I'd like to see them go a little bit into physical damage here. I mean, you could even look to pick up a Tiny Wisp at this point. And in fact, I think that particular hero combo is so good with the Lion and Tide because, I mean, honestly, you don't just have to relocate the Tiny. I mean, you can relocate a Tidehunter for a Ravage. That's a pretty good combination as well.
Or if Tidehunter's getting ganked by 3, he just Ravages and then Wisp and a friend and then, show up.
They just clean up. Absolutely.
Pretty dangerous. But sometimes that'll depend of do you have a great Wisp player. Some teams just don't have it, and some teams don't play the hero at all. Granted, it's good, it's very popular, but there are some teams that just don't elect to pick it up. They'll go with more magic damage and a silence, which could be nice for Jugger.
I mean, again, though, it's sort of, I feel like this is sort of more of what you've already got, right? And you already have a team that has extreme magic damage potential. You already have a team that, when you get the initiation, when you're dictating the fights, you're going to win them. But Skywrath Mage takes you really extremely in that direction and away from the physical damage that you're going to need at some point to be able to deal with the Juggernaut. And this is also one more hero that has great spells for Rubik to steal.
Yes, Skywrath is not the hero that you look to have him do anything if you go into the late game. And Lion, to an extent, can be okay, like if you can find that initiation and maybe,
I don't mind
figure
Lion.
somebody. But so far, Tidehunter is the only one, like if this game goes late, Tidehunter is the only one with any capabilities so far. When you look at Together We Did It, I mean, Rubik can get pretty dangerous, especially if he's, like I said, picking up that Aghanim Scepter with the changes into this patch. Juggernaut, very, very good. He attacks really fast. And Sand King, for a long time, can hold people off from pushing into your high ground.
Yeah, I think, Rubik and Sand King definitely are going to scale a little better than the Skywrath for sure. And, like I said, eventually Forsaken is going to need to address this Juggernaut. You can't necessarily count on getting that Ancient Seal off on him every time. And yes, I mean, you have the resources to burst him down for sure, but you're going to need some physical damage. I definitely don't like waiting until this far into the draft. You're kind of also handpicked as far as, unless you're going to put the Lion solo mid, I mean, you now have to have both your cores, and it makes it that much easier to ban against you.
Yeah. Now, has anyone emerged in your mind as sort of anti-Juggernaut hero?
Well, I mean, there are a couple. I mean, obviously there's the PA, right? I mean, the PA, if she can get an Abyssal Blade online early, can just blink in on the Juggernaut, and I mean, she can just stand there and eat the Blade Fury and just go to town on him, right? Any hero, burst physical damage, really, to me, is the counter to the Juggernaut. And again, here's the point. I mean, Forsaken Esports just going with a very one-dimensional draft, and it's great if they can get the initiation. But at this point, Together We Did It just has so many more options in terms of how they're going to play this. I mean, they're going to be able to split push with the Nature's Prophet. They're going to have very nice AoE team fight presence themselves. I mean, if they get initiation, they can do plenty of damage. These heroes on Forsaken, at least the Lion and the Skywrath and the Puck also, if he gets caught up, very squishy. So, yeah, I feel like right now there's a lot riding on this last pick here for Forsaken.
Well, there's that
and again,
PA
the PA
ban.
ban. Exactly. Boy.
Keeping Nahaz's facts in check. And I was actually about to say then TA should be pretty good as well with that physical damage, and we'll get banned out. I guess going the other way around, but not wanting to give an explosive mid-hero like TA away over to Together, because that's the one role they haven't really revealed.
Now, the big thing is that TA just absolutely crushes Puck mid.
Yeah. Puck loses a lot of mid matchups, actually.
It's true. It's true. I mean, he's come back a bit as a laner, but yeah, I mean, he needs a lot of help from his supports.
I'd love to see a Queen of Pain right here. It's just that classic Quap Puck.
Wouldn't be bad. It really wouldn't be. I mean, Together We Did It. This is the thing. The way I look at it, they have so many more options going into this last pick. I mean, you can go Queen of Pain. You can go another physical damage core if you want
Naga too. Maybe you want something ranged, but
I don't like Naga. Yeah, I think you can get away with a lot of different heroes. Naga is just too extreme, right? I mean, Morphling's, oh man, this hero, holy crap. So I was hoping to have a chance to talk about the Morphling, because Morphling is 41-20 so far in 6.83, and I mean, he's just been wrecking face on the Asian scene.
What did they even do to him?
Well, not that much, really. There were a couple of changes, but it's more like the Juggernaut, like sort of the cumulative effect of a number of changes.
They gave him
like
back his
attacking
and waveform,
yeah, and I think the scaling on adaptive, maybe?
Yeah, to Adaptive Strike, Adaptive Strike stun max duration increased from point. It got increased about half a second at every level.
Right. So adaptive is
actually
a little
way
bit
more than that.
Adaptive is quite a bit more viable if you're not going to max agility right now. And I don't know. I mean, this hero has just looked in games where he's been picked with proper lineups around him. He's just looked really, really good.
Yeah, so if your Morphling survives and you're running away and morphing to strength and it becomes primary and you turn in adaptive, you've stunned someone for 4 1/4 seconds, which is a really long time.
So here's my question for you, though. Who's mid?
I would think Morphling.
Yeah, I would think so too. I would think so too. Now, Morphling suffers in a lot of mid matchups because of that short range, right? He is a ranged hero, but he's like 300, 350 base range, so he is subject to harassment from, say, a puck. But still, I mean, he has that early burst damage potential that you really have to respect.
Yeah, like if Sand King rotates over, Rubik Sand King Smoke, it should be an easy kill with Morphling adding that sort of early shotgun damage.
But I mean, Forsaken do have the double silence, right? And
triple now.
Oh my, okay. This was all right. So I would not have called this in a million years. You could have had me list heroes up and down, and Ricky, it would have taken me quite a bit to get to. He does make a fair amount of sense, though, exactly for the reason that you were about to bring up, was that triple silence now.
Yeah, I feel like Ricky is really good. It's just kind of obvious what the hero wants to do, which I guess is a hindrance, right? Like, if everyone knows what you're going to do, they can just avoid it. But sometimes you just can't avoid it.
I don't know. I still hear in discussions, I still hear a lot of disagreement on what exactly Ricky's role is going to be, because he does have some early damage potential with a max backstab build in those early charges
Supports
now into Blink Strike.
Will die.
Yeah, for sure. But I don't know. There are a lot of players that I've heard talking about him saying he does not feel like a carry right now, which I can see the wisdom in that.
Yeah, well, he's going to be the carry here for Forsaken. He'll go Stout Shield and grab that healing salve. Going to transition quickly to the Poor Man Shield, I'm sure. And that's going to be Skull playing that for Forsaken on the Dire. They look for their first win. We've got, I love this name, I Am What I Am on the puck. That'll be playing in mid. Skywrath Mage is going to be handled by Easy. We've got Nutella Booty Hole Injection. Here. Nice name. Stand in for the team coming in. That's going to be Lion. And we've got Slave on the Tide Hunter, and they come in to block some of these camps. They want to disrupt either the Nature's Prophet or maybe more importantly the stacking of the Sand King.
Yeah, I think that's definitely going to be the big thing for them to stop. But again, the Sand King, and they're going to get an easy first blood here. Poor Taku.
This is bad, but it can be good, right? Because Taku's like, well, I know what they did. If they found me, I'm sure they warded everything.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that. I don't know. It's going to be pretty obvious pretty quickly what they warded there. And oh man, those are some pretty cool wards. But just to introduce the Radiant side here real quick, on Together We Did It, we've got Cloud in the offlane Nature's Prophet. This is what I was wondering. We are going to have a dual mid setup here with Taku's Rubik assisting Gix on the Morphling. We're going to have Jipples on the Sand King here. Again, looking to get those early jungle stacks that are going to be defeated by the runes. And we're going to have Soji. And I'm not even going to start the LoL versus Dota discussion down here on the safe lane Juggernaut, which is a role that we've been seeing Jug in more and more. This is a matchup, Jug against Tide, that I think we're going to see a lot of.
Yo, Morgana's legit. But yeah, I think that tower could get pushed down pretty quickly as well with the healing ward and Nature's Prophet, maybe just rotating off the top lane. Nutella in some trouble.
Here. Yeah, he's going to go down.
We'll have to throw out the Hex. Tries to do something, but not going to be able to get anyone out of experience. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to do. He'll fall. That's going to make it 1-1. Ricky as well, also in trouble up top. He gets very, very low just to that right click of Cloud, and Cloud did go for Circlet and Mantle straight away, so 60 damage.
The Orb of Venom, too, at level 1 with the Stout Shield, and that's all his regen, right? I mean, Cloud is going to be able to harass him with those treants.
Yeah, and there's no
He's just going to retreat the base.
And the reason Cloud got off to such a great start is because he was blocking his lane of creep, but he saw the action bottom, and he just TP'd up and grabbed the bounty rune. So we started off that lane with 100 experience and got to that level 2. Not that, I mean, some stats come in, I guess.
Oh, no, but you're seeing that more and more, that teams are putting, and you should. Teams are putting so much emphasis on those early bounty runes, and I mean, that's exactly the intent of the change.
Yeah, it can be pretty comical seeing some of the level 1 lineups try to fight. Having to give them up always sucks.
Trade with Slave down here in the bot lane, and Tide's already level 3.
Must have got
this is a very big deal. This is a very, very big deal.
Yeah, I think he got the bounty rune that was bottom. Because like they killed the Rubik, and then I'm sure they elected to give it to their Tide.
Yep.
I'm not 100% sure, actually. And they'll find one of those wards.
He had to have. He had to have, right? Because he's well, no, he's on par with the Juggernaut.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, it was 2 supports in Tide. They didn't give it to anyone else. Double damage coming for the Sand King won't help him, but like I said, they did just de-ward, and he'll start up to stacking. And Cloud was actually leaving that off lane and trying to jungle, and those sentries are still blocking him for about, what, it's going to be a minute and a half still? Okay, just about a minute right now remaining on those sentries. Bounty Rune is top, and that's going to be grabbed here by Forsaken's supports. Bottom lane, though, we're going to see Slave, the Kraken Shell, going to get him out of that slow, and will actually keep him alive.
Should be fine.
And I think he maybe just goes back to base.
Yeah, he's going to be forced back, and that's becoming a concern for Together We Did It.
I think he'll be fine. Tide can, I mean...
look at Skull here in the top lane. Casual dive behind the Tier 1 tower.
Yeah, he was getting pretty aggressive.
He's going to get, wow, look at this.
Yeah, he's got a lot of support coming, and I think that's
though,
why.
By the Sand King.
Smart.
So they're going to waste a bunch of time. Oh, and he's gonna try to cliff jungler.
Confirmed cliff jungler.
Oh, give me a break.
He's got to know that it's running out soon, but I don't know if he's gonna. Well, he has to stay up here for another 40 seconds. I'm not sure why he decided to go for the cliff as opposed to just on the ground, but I don't know, man. Sometimes we just can't figure everything out.
Yeah, Puck really, we talked about all the lane matchups, though, that Puck has difficulty with, and this is one that he can really win because of the range advantage early on. You're seeing that Puck is doing really, really well CS-wise.
Yeah, Puck is 15-5. Juggernaut, our leader, at 17-11. If you can't last hit on Juggernaut, you might need to pick a new game.
Yeah, nowadays, yeah, especially, God, the Quelling Blade is almost overkill, right?
Yeah, I mean, why not, though? Small investment. You can juke through some trees if you need to.
I still like my poor man's shield on that hero, but that's because
I mean, with the agility, it's not bad either. It's still, what, 6 damage coming in from that? Or 4? I don't even know. I'm bad at Dota.
Last hitting with techies, I don't care of the circumstance.
Yeah, that's hard mode. Techies, no items, 100 last hits. That's what you got to do. Or 80 last hits, 10 minutes. That's full try-hard mode.
Yeah, no. That doesn't sound like fun. No.
That's why you're not a pro, Nahaz. All right, Taku's in some trouble.
He's going to go down again here.
Look at the ward off, though, so he doesn't die in vain. And now they're going to throw out the Gush here onto the Juggernaut.
Isama can do anything.
I'm sure he can probably handle it.
Yeah, I mean, really kind of calm early game, which I feel like favors Together We Did It.
Definitely. But it could be the calm before the storm.
Try and force the action down here. I think Skyrest's dead.
It would appear to be so. The silence, though, onto Jipples, which is a hilarious name, I must say. And he will... they will get the kill there on the Skywrath, and there's going to be that Sprout, and then the follow-up stun here onto Nutella. So really nice. And I think Cloud could maybe just stick around, and they can get this tower. It's full HP, and I guess they're like, we don't really want to give experience to this Tidehunter, and if we push, we surely will. But, I mean, the healing ward with the Treants is pretty easy takings.
Slowly but steadily, they are going to start taking advantage of this Radiant jungle. I mean, look at the stacks already up. You got 2 camps double stacked. They're going to start pulling ahead here is TWDi if Forsaken doesn't do something about this. And that's really the power of the Nature's Prophet you saw just there. I really question the wisdom of committing 3 heroes to that bottom lane when you know that the Sand King's going to be hanging around down there. He's still level 1, but provided you have that lift setup, the Burrow Strike at level 1 is actually still pretty good. And you know you're going to be against that Nature's Prophet if you try to make a move.
Yeah, and his level, I would say, was actually kind of less important since there was no way to really be stacking. Like, as long as he hits level 3 by the time they've got the stacks up and running, his Blink Dagger still won't be that delayed.
That's an excellent point.
But it does, if Ricky gets online and then starts contesting that jungle, there is maybe a window where they can actually stop Sand King from doing anything.
Yeah, but what's Ricky going to do, right? I mean, he needs... I mean, he's going to run around in this jungle, but is he really going to... He doesn't even have Cloud yet.
Yeah,
is he really going to kill anybody?
A lot of points in backstab here. I think you can just go 1-2-2, but I don't really know. I'm no Ricky expert. He might kill Jipples. Jipples in some trouble. Cloud surely would have been a kill, and he does have that ultimate if he can get that vision again. It's in range. I just don't think he sees it.
How about a little help?
Taku's got it. He's coming back around.
All right.
Oh my gosh. Skull is going crazy, and I've seen... This has gotten Skull in trouble a lot of times. He's being juked along the tree line, and he... So Forsaken, I've seen them start off games so incredibly well. Like the last game that they played in CEVO, I believe they had a Sven and it was Skull playing it, and he had the most farm in the game. He got some kills in a safe lane, and then he just like, for some reason, they felt the need to roam like absolutely crazy. Where they had the, are we looking bottom? No, where they had the late game like on lock, and they just still were so overly aggressive and fell apart.
I mean, you have to. This is what I see a lot of pub rookies doing, right? And this isn't intended to be like this huge insult or anything. This is just what I see in the game. That, oh boy, you can't just randomly roam as Ricky right now. I mean, you've picked Ricky as your one position hero.
Yeah.
In this team, I mean, you've got to get some farm. You can't just be randomly roaming around in the jungle, especially without smokescreen.
Yeah, I think smokescreen, that was an easy kill, and I feel like. I mean, it's tough. It seems riskier, but if you do roam and actually find the kills, it's probably acceptable, but you never really know if that's going to happen, which is why I kind of like to see Ricky pop up in the off lane or maybe like a duo lane somewhere where you've got some other damage, and he's not just your one farming role. That way you can take some risks.
He hits 7, and he still doesn't have that smoke. I mean, he's got the max backstab. He's going to do some damage here, but...
He's still going to get stunned. But I think if he waits on the tide, they probably find this.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, the backside going to come in. Oh, they don't actually have any detection. That's kind of a problem. Jibbles can still die, though, to the Anchor Smash. So he's got to hope for TPs to come in. He's got a Burrow Strike to put a little bit of distance. But the Blink Strike from Skull should be enough to find the kill. Ooh, yeah, but nicely done.
Again, and the smoke stops the Sandstorm channel.
Though, yeah, exactly, it would. We'll see the line fall down. Now Skull will get involved up into the top lane. He'll bring down Taku, who goes quickly over onto Soji. The Juggernaut. Oh, the ultimate is here. 3 bounces. One will go to a creep. He gets a little unlucky that the creep had wandered into the battle and blinking away with the dust. I think he's going to go for the chase here. I don't know how much that spin to win really helped out as he will fall. Now Cloud trying to TP himself out. So, oh, millisecond too late there on that coil. Hits nothing.
Yeah, trying to be the $1 million coil, unfortunately. Oh boy, and here's a little
rotates up. Oh my god, the double kill.
Oh my god.
Ricky's very low, but he's home free already, so he won't be going down.
Yeah, and the casual level 9 Morphling is a problem.
Yeah, with 44 last hits tied with that Juggernaut, and that's not good. I mean, Puck started off really strong, probably as strong as Puck should have started off, but since then, once Morphling gets those levels up and that burst damage comes online,
there's nothing Puck can do.
It's really hard.
Yeah, you've really got to hammer that lane early on if you're the Puck.
And there were I don't even think there were any rotations or smoking or whatever into the mid lane, which is weird because like the instant hex and the silence could have shut the Morphling down. Like you kill a hero like Morphling twice and suddenly he's not.
Well, that was confident. Why. Oh, there you go. It looks like maybe Skull will finally get the kill down here on the Sand King.
Oh, no, maybe it's the neutrals, though.
Oh, my. And this has just been disastrous for Ricky.
Yeah, I'm going to have to talk with Skull. This is the second time I've seen him do this. Kind of go, like, play a really solid game, get a lot of farm, and then just make very questionable decisions. This game, I feel like he maybe needs to do it. The other game where he was Sven, they didn't.
And if he gets sniffed out by Juggernaut here...
I don't know what Ricky smells like, but I would imagine not great.
I don't know. I don't know what purple smoke smells like, but actually, it sounds kind of fun.
There you go. Speaking of purple, that's what Juggernaut is, the purple color. With the purple boots. The phase boots drums is what he's going for.
But, you know, despite Skull's efforts down here, I mean, just a pretty big economy lead now for Together We Did It.
Lion throwing in the bait. Oh, there's one little... I think the backside damage should get him. Oh, and now silenced up. He can't spin to win.
Oh, wow.
Can they both get away? Oh, the 2-man. It's going to be a cage match inside of the trees from Cloud. The nice 2-man
Did they really think
Sprout.
they were going to get that?
I don't know.
That's just crazy.
Meanwhile, Tide trying to anchor the team with his Anchor Smash, going for these Ancients, stacking them once.
Helium.
I'm just so good. You can say it.
Wow, that's previous level right there for sure.
Previous level, wow. All right.
This is just a great Radiant side ward here. Of course, you've heard a lot of casters talk about that on the Dire side hill above Roshan.
Yeah, it is probably the best ward for Radiant.
And there goes Ricky. Really? There's
been a communication breakdown, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, boy, I could see the concept, and it looked like it was going to work early on, but yeah, now Morphling is just officially going to wreck everybody's head. Yeah, he's got his Yasha already coming up here at 12 minutes.
Yeah, and at this point, line is food, I think, to a stun and a Morphling. Same thing goes for Skywrath. Even the Puck, honestly. Puck, though, maybe with the blink, can be a little bit more survivable.
I actually really like I really like the decision to go Yasha here over Lincoln's. I mean, just fight, right? There's no reason that you should, as Morphling, that you get cute and go for a Lincoln's here.
Yeah, well, it doesn't help you against the Cloud.
Exactly.
And Blink can take it off, and there's still charges from Ricky, so I'm not sure. I mean, it's always going to be nice. Like, it probably saves you sometimes, regardless, even in a bad game for Lincoln's. But yeah, I think.
No, I mean it's like Lincoln's on Medusa, right? I mean the item addresses a lot of the hero's needs. It's not just the spell block, but you know, right now your team is going to be really strong. I mean, you can just fight straight up as a Morphling here.
And that's what he's doing, trying to run away from Skull and Slave right now. He's used the waveform. He's not even worried about it. He's got the team to back up, so he didn't morph towards Strength. And what do they have? Cloud, they're going to go in. He'll sprout up the Tidehunter. There is a Ravage here. Could be the first of the game. He'll throw it out. Jipple's in some trouble. The Sand King not going to be able to do too much of this team fight. I hear Juggernaut slashing around. Yeah. Actually, do I? Yeah, he's down there on the south side of the fight. Now he's over to the secret shop. It's a 3-for-2. Forsaken have lost 3 right now, and it could be more. It actually goes 3-for-3. Now Jix with that double kill going to pick it up, and could they all be dead? Puck will take the orb, and will be the last surviving member of Forsaken. And we'll bring a bad team fight recap because quite a bit happened. Yeah. Honestly, pretty even overall.
It was even, but again, the Morphling is you know, the last man
survived
thing,
all of
whatever
that.
he is standing, and that's just huge right now. Really good recognition. Almost chased after the Tidehunter, but realized that the Tide was going to die to the Prophet ulti. Turned and helped get the 2 kills there. In addition to the Tide,
he's 5-0-2 right now with the double damage bottled up for maybe another team.
He's going to be out of hand. I mean, he's going to have his Manta in you know, by 16 minutes.
Possibly after killing Skywrath and hitting a creep here. Skywrath will wisely back off. Let's find Skull. I mean, he's the one trying to dictate everything. It looks like he's like, well, I'm 2-4-3. I've died too many times. I'm going to go back. I'm going to try to find some farm. Maybe it's too late. Who knows? We'll see Yam in the bottom lane. He's got the Blink Dagger. I'm working on maybe a Yules to just be a little bit more slippery, survivable, annoying.
Yeah, I really like that in this game especially. I really like the Yules Blink Dagger combo on your Puck here, but I just have this feeling it's going to be too little, too late. I mean, they're on the clock, you know, similar to what we saw from the Shadow Fiend in Game 1. I mean, they need a kill on this Morphling, and they need it soon.
What do you think Cloud here on the Nature's Prophet goes for? He's got Treads, and he's got a Null Tally. Does he go Blade Mail? Is he going for that build?
I think you can go ahead and pick up a Midas here if you really want to. I think you can go Book. I think Blade Mail's okay.
I think it'd be good against
I'm not
Ricky.
Crazy about it. It's not just Ricky.
Oh, this
but
is a big Cloud from Ricky
boy.
up top with the coil from Yams.
Now that is perfect placement of that spell.
And let's see if Jakes can get away from this. Cloud will come in and he'll right-click down. Oh, the Adaptive Strike on the turnaround. Unstoppable. Now Easy trying to drop the Mystic Flare, and it'll be a double kill for the Puck here. But now Jakes with that double damage. Oh, he's going to see that Lion. He's got a waveform available. Is he going to go up? He's also got some extra move speed coming in from the Yasha. Adaptive Strike range is ridiculous, so he's just going to... Okay, I felt he could have just adaptive, but that'll work as well. Now the double damage to bring down the tower. Only fine. Tide and Puck surviving, so he's not really too scared.
Yeah, and he's level 14, and tied for the next highest level are Juggernaut, who's on his team, and Puck. I mean, Ricky languishing behind here at level 10, and there's just no way that Ricky can keep up. Wow, and a solo kill with the Omni Slash by the Juggernaut and Tide. This game is getting out of control for Together We Did It.
Yeah, I mean, if it was 20-12 the other way around and Forsaken was like on top of everything, I feel like it would even still be pretty tough for them, right? Just the way they drafted their team. And now with Together We Did It just being so far ahead at this current moment, it's going to be really difficult. We see Skull trying to kill Cloud up here in the top lane, and he's got support coming in. But actually, both teams do. Oh, a spike going to be off the mark. Finger of Death is here. Instant Hex probably the better call, and they will throw it. But now here's everybody. They've shown up to the team fight. Cloud's still alive. Skull will go down. Lion goes down. And easily turned around. Tide now like, well, I've got Ravage, but I can't use it by myself, so he has to back off and forfeit this Tier 1 tower up top.
Yeah, Gix is just an animal. There's nobody that can deal with him on either side of the map. Goodness gracious.
Already 1,300 gold into the Morphling. That's 8-0-4.
Yeah, interesting. Wow, this is an old school build here you're seeing on the Juggernaut. Jums into Desolator. I actually really like this. Again, this is, similar to the Morphling Manta pickup. This is just understanding. We have a chance to end the game right now. Let's go do it.
I don't know the threshold anymore of like what attack speed extra you need to get the slashes in between Omni Slash, but I think a drum charge into the ultimate is probably enough. So, like previously we saw the Mask of Madness come up a lot.
The biggest single thing is that you've got, it's not really about your ult right now as the Juggernaut. It's about the fact that Morphling and Nature's Prophet can just go hit people. And that Deso amplifies not only your damage output, but your team's.
Oh my gosh, Jix is rolling around with dust, and he just brings down the Riki in like 3 hits.
I mean, the Riki carry idea was interesting, but...
Oh, yeah. Oh, the red damage! And the Desolator is finished. Hello! And the GG comes out in 18 minutes. Yeah, 2-to-1 kill ratio going against Morphling, Juggernaut, Nature's Prophet. There's no way.
Yeah. And it's a little bit of a shame. I mean, I felt like they could have made a game out of this. I felt like they executed early on like they needed to, but just... some questionable decision-making by Skull, really. Some bad fights, and that Morphling Gix just got out of hand so quickly in that game. So well played by him.
Yeah, he had no pressure put on him either. And we can see like 9-0-4. The only time he almost died was in a team fight up top, maybe just a couple minutes ago. But that's it. That's all we got here for Season 6 tonight of CEVO Action. We will be back on tomorrow. And actually, let me see if I can not quickly check when that's going to be. So tomorrow, the 12th, we've got a game at 9 p.m. Eastern and 10:15 p.m. Eastern, and there's even one at 10:30 and one at 11:30, so we'll probably cover 3 of the 4 that are happening tomorrow, so make sure to come back here to twitch.tv/playcevo1. It'll either be myself or Chicago Ted, who I'm sure you guys all know quite well. But yeah, either way, I'm Helium. You can follow me on Twitter at HeliumBrella. Nahaz here at Nahaz Dota. You can see those in the top right. I don't know if you've got anything else to say, Nahaz?
No, man. Hey, thanks for having me on. Always good to cast in a new venue, and thanks for supporting Dota.
Oh yeah, no problem. And if you guys would like to support the prize pool of CEVO Season 6 even more, you can see this Warlock set. It comes with a ticket that's $7.99, and 25% of that will go back into the prize pool. And I believe we're floating around 3,000, so make sure to check that out on the Dota 2 store. And we're out of here. So thanks for watching, everyone. Peace.